Hey YouTube, this is Rishi, aka Bass Fakira. I just want to do a quick demo for Arturia microbrute. I've had this synth since last at least a year. Absolutely love it. So first, just want to talk about why analog synth. So what I've learned so far in the world of music production, that if you want to start from the basics or if you want to learn the fundamentals, you have to have an analog instrument to learn from. Just like you have to have a guitar if you want to learn a guitar. You cannot virtualize the guitar in a PC and then tell the world, oh, I can play guitar. No, that's not how it's done. So just like that, you have thousands of plugins, thousands of VSTs available out there in the internet, on the internet, that you can download and play the synthesis from there. Yes, you can do that, but it's very important to have analog synthesizer according to me, and that's why I went ahead and bought it. And this is a beast. There is no doubt about it. So let's just dive right into each section. Cover it very quickly. I'll play some notes here and there, create some wobbles, and we'll have fun with it. Okay, so just to start with very quick introduction, this is octave range -2 to +2. This is pitch mod wheel. This is just the mod wheel, minimum to maximum. This is glide control. This is LFO. This is amount of LFO, rate of LFO, and then type of LFO, triangle, saw, and square. You can also choose to tap the rate of the LFO, and they'll go on the sequence, which is the sequencer here. So you'll get the rate from the tap or the tempo of whatever track you're playing from here, or you can have the free, which is just the free LFO control. Right, moving on to the oscillator control, we have saw, square, triangle, we have overtone for each of them, and we have sub for each of them up to the 5th note. We have a little variations for each of the oscillator, which is really a cool part about this whole device. We have ultra saw for saw, which is adding more saw waves on top of the saw wave that has been played. We have pulse width modulation. Many of you know what is pulse width modulation. It moves the phases of the square wave. Very, very strong square wave in terms of sound and purity. Triangle has a metalizer. I do believe what I understand is right about metalizer. It's on the triangle. It adds the randomized waveform in which is basically basically variations from the triangle. So it makes the triangle waveform in a randomized fashion, makes it a little kind of a noise, and then adds on top of it. This is filter, low pass, band pass, high pass, cutoff, resonance, and the brute factor. And the brute factor is for the whole the signal that you're getting. It adds the randomized noise on top of the whole signal that you get, or you get to the filter. Filter comes last in terms of circuitry. Okay, you have an envelope mount. Excuse me. That is voltage control amplifier. So basically, the signal that goes from oscillator and LFO to the filter is controlled by this knob. That how much you want to send it, how much clean signal you want to send on the left, and how much amount of the signal you want to send to the filter for the filter. Okay, this is TAC, DK, sustain, release, ADA, SAR. Not going to detail what each does. There's plenty of videos available even on this unit for all the detail outputs and modulation matrix and all of that. I'm not, to be honest, expert on that, so I'm not covering that. Sequencer is more like art, so you can record your notes and then you can play as if you were to play ARP or something. Alright, so let's start with saw wave. So I'm playing first saw to -2, definitely heavy bass line, sounds like. Tempo is really high. just now let's create some vowels using square and saw a little bit because we are on the -2 octave. So my modulation matrix LFO is going to the filter. So with this modulation wheel, it's going to modulate LFO as I turn up the modulation wheel. I have rate about here. Can add some amount. LFO is saw type. One of those dubstep or bass music wobbles, you want to switch to triangle, and you have it. You can hear the pulse changing in the phase. If I want to add more fatness to it, I can add some overtone. Right, now let's just play some lead type of sound on square wave maybe. Kill the LFO. Decent, he can sustain. Add some glide to it, you have some type of a lead to it. That's band pass, and you have high pass. Okay, triangle is absolutely a delight. Just gonna play that pure. the deep house bass line type of sound. Yeah, you can do pretty much whatever you want. You can create the soundscapes with this little amount of LFO and metalizer on this. A lot of deep, crazy, dark sounds. I think it's really heavy sound. Love it. So that was just a triangular metalizer and saw and overtime and sub oscillator. Alright, thank you. Leave a comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.